Hi, and welcome to Two Ordinary Nerds, a podcast where two ordinary nerds talk about ordinary things. How you doing today, Daniel? Oh, wait, you're doing great because it's your birthday.
It is.
He's, if we're in Chuck E. Cheese right now, how about you tell us how big you are, little guy?
I'm 30 years old.
That's right, kids. That's not 03, that's 30. That means he's old as fuck.
I wouldn't go that far, but sure. Let's go with it.
Listen to the podcast in a couple of years, and then I'll be 30, and then we can bust my balls.
How was your day then?
My day's, pretty good, Just went to work. Now I'm ready to drink on some beer. Hang out.
Yeah.
What are you drinking on today?
For my special occasion, we are doing a repeat.
We might do this often for birthdays. We both special beer that we both like is Tank 7. Obviously, we've talked about that. It's from
Kansas
Boulevard.
City.
It's a special smokestack series beer that they make. It's really fucking good if you haven't tried it. But we tend to drink it on special occasions, so it's more of like a tradition.
Tuesday, weekends, it's a Monday.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Any day that ends with a Y.
Yeah, that sounds come out right.
Yeah. Also, once again, Boulevard, you can sponsor us at www.twoordinarynerds. Actually, we don't have a website.
Well, it's twoordinary/give me beer Boulevard. Thank you.
Yeah.
Por favor.
Yeah, and also you're gonna have to give us undies because once again we lost that subscription, so we're still.
Yeah, they weren't too happy with us, me undies.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Yeah.
They're lost. So what are we gonna talk about?
So today we're gonna talk about
random shit.
Random shit. Yep.
Basically.
Fuck it. We're gonna just step into the realm of random fucking shit. So
there's been a lot of news, a lot of things that happened, but nothing too big to deserve its own podcast.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk about random stuff that we. You know what? It doesn't have to go in any concrete order. We're just gonna go with the flow of things, and yeah. So.
Yeah.
Join us.
Let's get our laxative and join in this episode.
Alright, so I've been watching the new DBZ episodes, the Dragon
Super?
Ball Super.
Is it now with...
It's English dub, because I'm a stupid American and I'm not...
But so they're just going back where it used to be. Like, the Blue series and the Gods is not coming out right now, or is it...
Yeah, this is the new series. It's Dragon Ball Super, so it's the new...
But it's catching up to the Japanese version?
Correct. So
okay.
Japan's been going for a year now. Now we're finally getting our... It's the same show, but obviously English dub, with our favorite voice actors.
I won't call it that favorite. I'm being Spanish. The American sounds, yes, weird and wrong, to be honest. Or go Japanese or go Spanish. There's no middle.
It's not bad so far, but like how like every now and then Dragon Ball has their episodes that are slow, they're funny episodes, like when Goku and Piccolo went to driving school and stuff like that. Right now, that's
the filler.
Yeah, filler episodes. So right now, the Beerus or Bar...
Yeah, Beerus, the god of destruction.
Yeah, the cat's going around destroying shit. So this takes place before the Gods movie or whatever, the Battle of the Gods or whatever the fuck it was called.
But this is he is allied with Goku right now, or is he still trying to destroy?
No, they haven't even gone to Earth yet. This is before that. So
okay.
Basically how it's structured is the show's going based off the movie, so it goes Beerus, and then in between then, and then it goes to the Frieza part, and then after that the Super Saiyan God stuff, and then they fight Black Goku. And
yeah, I've finished watching the Japanese version of that.
So you're caught up with the show?
Yeah.
Because do you watch it every week?
No, I basically YouTube little videos, and now it's been out the Black Goku fight that I can actually watch like the full fights. I try to avoid, and one of those full fights, I basically know what went down. Black Goku is not technically Goku.
Yeah, because it's possessed by an alien, right? Or is he?
You remember the guys that have the little earrings, the little gods things? It's one of them, and he goes and makes a wish to a dragon, to switch bodies.
Oh,
so his
okay.
consciousness goes to Goku, and Goku goes to him. Then he teleports where Goku is, kills everybody, and basically, and then he gets into a time machine, goes back in time, and finds his old self and says, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna kill everybody." Then Trunks gets in the time machine, goes where Goku is, and then manage. So basically, the future guy goes to switch places with Goku, travels to the past to kill the Goku and the rest. Mm-hmm. Then Trunks manages to go back to the past again, gets them, go to the future, and they fight. That's more or less what it seems like. It was fun. I'll say it was good.
So did they show Frieza in that show at all?
Frieza is there, yeah. Gold Frieza shows.
So they show him for a little bit.
Yeah, Gold Frieza is like the second or the first enemy they actually.
I mean, they show
the first enemy after they get Gold.
So you don't have to watch the movie. They show the fighting in the movie.
What movie? What do you mean? This is the TV show.
Yeah, but they have Resurrection F, and it's a movie. That's
a movie. But I mean, I'm not sure if they show Frieza. But I know that you can watch the fights on YouTube of Black Goku versus Goku and Vegeta, and the fusion between Goku and Vegeta. Okay.
Huh.
And
that's
Trunks.
Interesting.
And future Trunks, I guess, is the correct word.
So, what did you think about that Tom Hardy Taboo show? It's
weird. I'm still undecided. It seems good. It seems going to be a good show. But as for right now, I'm in the same place as when I saw Westworld. It seems going to be awesome, but it's so weird. I'm not really sure what's going on that it could go both ways. Yeah. And it gives me reassurance that it's the BBC doing that show.
Yeah, I like how they're stretching their boundaries on FX, showing that show by the cursing element. I think more shows need to follow suit, not worry about we can't use this word or anything because of our viewership.
But FX has always been a little bit more edgy than the rest.
Yeah, I mean, AMC's starting to get really edgy, but they just won't.
Yeah, but you won't see these type of shows with ABC or NBC or those type of shows. This is more of an FX. This is more of a... because, let's be honest, The Edge, what is for us thinking is edgy, it used to be South Park. It used to be The Simpsons. Those were the ones that used to push the...
Yeah.
You know, I guess they're also cartoons, but this is the first time that we are seeing the edge getting pushed. Maybe in 10 and 20 years, we will start seeing the edge be pushed by something else, something that will even shock us even more.
Yeah.
That's the future I see right now, and I feel like...
gladiatorial battles!
Like, if you don't want your kids to watch it,
yeah,
just be a fucking good parent and make sure they don't watch it.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be...
Other people, because if you go into... Like, if you watch Sherlock, our version in America versus Sherlock in
the
UK, they do curse in there sometimes, and they do show nudity. But we can't show that here because for some reason we're just too ate up and people don't want to see that. And because of children they're worried about children seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, it's like, be a good parent. Make sure your kids pay attention to your kids. But
we're just gonna let you know, boobs and penises are anatomy. We all have them, so it's not a big deal if a kid sees them.
Not all of us have penises.
Yeah, not all of us.
Some do. Some have both.
It's not. That's another conversation we'll have when discussing me, but. But yeah, Taboos is really interesting. It's set in the early 1800s during toward the end of the 1812 war with America. For those that don't know, that's when Britain came back to try to take America again, and we created the Star Spangled Banner. Right now, it's towards the end of that war, but it's in England. It's about a guy who comes back from Africa. He finds out his dad's dead.
I don't think he found out. Didn't he knew that his dad was dead?
Yeah, kind of knew.
So,
it's weird.
They're hinting that he has supernatural powers or some sort of way to communicate. I'm not sure if he's just portraying that thing or he really does. It's the first episode, so we're really not sure what's going on. It could be like Game of Thrones, where they bring the magic slowly in instead of all together. It basically is like he said. He comes back to Africa and he meets and he goes to he has his dad's funeral. It seems something weird happened with his sister.
Yeah, his sister. Well, first off, they say that they're half siblings. They're I don't know how they haven't described it yet. But he came up to her, and Tom Hardy came up to his sister, which is Rob Stark's wife. Not anymore, because she died.
Well, she's married to somebody else.
But yeah, and he came up to her and was like, "Oh, I still love you." I was like, "Are you okay with like? Is this like incest or something?"
For me, that first time where he said like "still love you," I still thought of it like a brotherly love, like I still love you. Something
That's what happened. I'm hoping.
Maybe there was some sort of discussion. But the more the episode lasts, is like maybe it's, especially in the end, like you should keep our thing secret or something. So it seems like there's something sexual, but I think they're gonna go with more deep, more weird, or they're not really brother and sister or something like that.
I wonder if this is gonna be a continuation, like a show that's gonna keep going, because it says season 1, so.
It's a limited season, though.
Oh, it is?
I think so.
That's what I thought. It was a limited series, but that'd be cool if it was, a couple seasons.
I mean, it's still too soon to see if it's any good or not. I think we will touch again when it's episode 3 or 4, and just so we can have a better perspective. So far, it looks good, but it's like we don't want to judge the first season. Like when we were talking about Westworld, the first one, we were like, we're not sure. It looks good, but we're not sure what's going on. So it could go both ways.
So, moving on, did you see what I posted on? You're busy today at work. Did you see the Two Ordinary Nerds? What I posted on our Facebook page, the new preview for Netflix. There's a show that's coming out. It's called The Santa Clara Diet, and basically it has Drew Barrymore in it and Timothy Olyphant, who was in Justified and Deadwood, but. Based off the preview, I guess somehow she gets sick or something, and she is a zombie or something.
Or like a vampire? I saw something about it.
It wasn't really a vampire or something. I don't know. It was weird. But she's eating people, and then Timothy Olyphant's the husband, so he's like, "Oh, I'll join in with you. I'm not going to eat, but I'll help you out, But it looks like a comedy horror show. Like, it's not super dark.
I saw like a mini preview where she just cleans her mouth. Yeah, but I thought it was a vampire, but it could be a zombie or some sort of thing.
So he's like, Timothy Olyphant asks their son, "Oh, is she a zombie?" And the son's like, I find that kind of degrading. They're not called zombies. They're still people. And I was like, oh my god, this is going to be a pretty funny show. It comes out February 3rd, so I'm definitely going to check that out. Probably a good binge watch show. I don't know. We'll see.
Could be. You can see it and let us know.
Give us time until March, because March Iron Fist
or June. Game of Thrones.
June or July. We don't know yet.
I watched.
Speaking of Game of Thrones,
I was gonna talk about the show that I watched. It's called The New Pope. It's the HBO show.
Oh yeah, go ahead. That's cool. I saw a preview for that.
It's very weird. I can see that it's gonna be borderline. Not borderline. It's gonna be pretty offensive for the Catholics, for the Catholic viewers. But it's about the youngest pope ever, and it's fake. It's not like a real. It's not like a real pope, and he basically is 47 years old, 57 years old. I think they said it was.
Don't lie to our Catholic listeners. There are 2 popes. There's always a young one.
Yeah. So and he's American, and he basically. I will say if you're Catholic and this could offend you, don't watch it. It seems very weird. He changes things. He's very rude to other members of the clergy, but I'm not sure if he's rude because he wants to reform the church and make it better, or he just wants to get power. I only watched the first episode. It wasn't that great. I'll watch one more episode, but if it is the same as the episode 1, I think I'm gonna stop watching it. It could be just not my cup of tea.
It looked kind of like. It reminded me.
I thought it was gonna be a fun show, like funny. And it's not.
It looked kind of. It reminded me. I didn't watch this show, but I remember seeing previews of it of the Borgias.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be sort of like like the Borgias. That is not, or funny-ish comedy that is not either.
Yeah.
I will just give it one more episode. If I like it, I will continue. If I don't, I will just let you guys know.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about some news with Game of Thrones. They stated that they're gonna have this season, obviously seven episodes. Next season, tentatively, whatever. It was supposed to be 6 episodes, but now the executives at HBO are pushing to at least get 7, maybe 8. It'd be really cool if they did that. As long as the show is still good, that's what we want, you know. But we're going to talk more so about other news that they brought up. They brought the executives of HBO had mentioned that thanks to Zero Flame. For giving us this information, zeroflame.twitch.tv. I hope I got that right this time.
No, it's twitch.tv/ Just go to twitch.com and look for Zero Flame. He's a streamer. He reviews, he plays games. He's pretty fun to watch. I try to watch him every time I can. He basically let us know about this information.
But basically, they're coming out. They decided that they're gonna do a prequel to Thrones based off other stories. Now, what I didn't know, and I'm gonna hand it over to our regional Thrones expert. I would say I'm mediocre, but Daniel's more of a overall expert. He's gonna talk about a little bit of the.
So we were discussing about what could it be. He mentioned it could be basically the young Ned and young Ned Stark and his adventures, or in that time period. I said I didn't think so, just because it seemed to be too cliche, and I think it will be too expensive just to continue that role. But I told them they could go with the other books that George Martin wrote about the Game of Thrones world, and he did not know that. I was surprised. But the names, it's the Dunk and the Egg. There's 3 books about it. It's their lifespan was from 1998 came the first book, and it was the Aged Knights. Then the 2003 came the Sworn Sword, and then 2010 the Mystery Knight came out. There are 3 books that Martin wrote, and they basically tell the story of Sir Duncan the Tall and his squire Egg, who becomes King Aegon V Targaryen. And basically, it seems like a fun book. It seems I haven't read them. I'm gonna try to read them before. If the show comes out, I'll try to read them beforehand. But I know they made other books like The Princess and the Queen and the Rogue Prince. So there's a whole bunch of books that they can go and actually have information about them, and they're already finished and they're already published. So they don't have to go. R.R. Martin doesn't have to go back and rewrite new stories, because there is a lot of information out there, but I don't think there's enough information to actually do. Because you just imagine the first 3 seasons, the series, it took George R.R. Martin years.
Oh yeah,
years, and those books are thick books.
He's still not done with the book that he's supposed to.
Yeah, and they're 2 years ago. And they're thick books, and they had to cut them in little pieces. Just imagine little bits and pieces that are in those books to make another show. Yeah, I just think it's not impossible. It will make money, and I think that will make more money than the Dunk on the Egg. But you never know.
Yeah, I mean, it would still be good. I think it'd be cool. I would like to see somehow. I really like this past season where they showed the flashbacks. I know the whole series. The creators have been against doing flashbacks, but they had to do it for this season to tell the story, with Hodor, and then have it, which Hodor kind of counts because he had to go back. Bran had to go back and, to affect Hodor.
But they're more like natural flashbacks.
Yeah, and fuck you if you haven't been caught up with Game of Thrones.
Well, yeah,
you're not a true fan.
But I have to say, going back, the Battle of the Trident would have been amazing to watch.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That's when Ned Stark. I'm not sure if Ned was there, but it was Aegon. Was it Aegon? The Prince Aegon, Prince.
Yeah, and he gets killed.
He gets killed by
Robert.
By Robert and his hammer. He basically crushed his chest with a hammer. It would have been fun. If they made a show and just anticipate just one season and that's it, and that's the battle, I would be happy. I don't need another show of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I would just like one season of prequel would be cool.
Yeah, but I mean, it had to be very specific, and I always think sequels are not as good as the originals. Like I like, for example, talking Better Call Saul, but it's not. In my opinion, it's nowhere close to Breaking Bad. And Game of Thrones, whatever sequel it is, I don't think it's going to be as good as Game of Thrones.
Well, I think a lot of the issue is with doing a prequel after the main show is all these people are attached. You know, you're not going to have Tyrion, you're not going to have Khaleesi, you're not going to have Jon Snow,
or the suspense either.
Yeah,
almost. Because you know that if you see Ned and you know they're going to survive.
Yeah,
and one of the things of Game of Thrones is anybody could die.
Yep.
So, like, if you haven't seen them in the show, you're gonna assume or they're dead or they're not important.
Yep.
But that's.
So one of the other things that I wanted to bring up, I've known about this for a while, but for those who are they really like history shows, historical reenactments, I guess, like Band of Brothers. Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks are coming out with another version of like Band of Brothers in the Pacific, but it's about B-17 pilots. It's going to be about the Flyboys, and that's going to come out. I think sometime this year. But that'll be really cool because my grandpa was a B-17 pilot, so I'm really interested to watch that, and I think that's going to be neat. Mm-hmm. I love Band of Brothers. Pacific was okay.
I think those military stories are always fun. I always wanted to see the other version. I feel like I've seen 100 movies that the Americans.
That's why like Sands or I think it's. Yeah, Sands of Iwo Jima or something.
Letters of Iwo Jima.
Letters of Iwo Jima.
Like I like
Clint Eastwood make.
Yeah, I would like to see. I don't want.
You can see a lot of. Yeah, I would like to see German.
Because I don't think all Germans were evil. I don't think all Japanese were evil. They were just forced to, or they were brainwashed. But I want to see. I don't want to see. I get the why it's America sells, but at the same time it's like give me something, or give me. I would like to see one about the concentration camps of the Asian Americans that were here in the States.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
I want to see how horrible we treated the Native Americans. We don't always have to be the hero,
mm-hmm.
because all those movies end up with a nice background, and then you can see the American flag, and I love
because we haven't been perfect in this country.
I love this country, and I love those movies. They're also good, but there's like we should also make movies showing other sides of the spectrum. I'm not saying show what Hitler was trying to do, but maybe show like a German troops. German troops in Belgium in World War One, or something where you don't need to have a clear who's good or who's bad, but you can show the atrocity. What is war? And it's you're brainwashed to say the Soviets are coming, mm-hmm. and you need to fight against the Soviets, because that's what most Germans thought. They thought like the communist Soviets were gonna come and destroy their country.
Well, that's why I like Bridge of Spies, because it kind of showed the other side of that. It showed the Cold War, but it obviously showed the tension between the United States and the Soviet Union, but it also showed the Russian side of it. How Tom Hanks asked the protagonist of the show, okay, the movie, what's going to happen when we turn you over to the Russians? And the spy said, well, either I'm going to get shot or I'm going to live, but they also show how the Russians reacted versus the Americans, and they also showed how the Germans reacted, because at that time the wall went up, mm-hmm. the Berlin Wall. So they show that the Germans are different now. They're still pissed off at us because we destroyed their country. I mean, we helped split their country in half.
Yeah, I think it's fun. Like I think it's gonna get a good movie, because now I'm thinking Saving Private Ryan, the invasion. What was the invasion of
D-Day? Yeah,
the D-Day. There was this part where there's like, it seems like there's two German soldiers speaking in German and saying blah blah, but it's actually, I think they're Lithuanian, if I'm not mistaken, it's a different country. They were not German. They were speaking in the Lithuanian. I'm not sure if it's Lithuanian or whatever. But they were saying, "Don't shoot us. We're not German. We were sent here. We were forced to be here. Don't shoot them." And the guy's like, "I can't understand you. I can't understand you." And they gun them all. When it's a little subtlety that you don't know, but they were not German. They were basically forced labor sent there, and they sound similar to German. And the Americans, instead of, because they were surrendering, what they should do is accept the surrender and send them to prisoners camp, and then they could have figured out they were not German. But they gunned them down. And there's those little subtle details that you can still have a great movie. This still can be patriotic, but at the same time, it shows you what it's really like.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be like...
Band of Brothers is like that too. And that's why I think, they do show the good and bad of both sides.
Because I'm like, it's not like I'm tired of those movies. I just want something else. Good war movies have been out since it all.
Yeah,
and they're all good. I mean, Saving Private Ryan is amazing. What's the one that they skipped the German camp, the Nazi camp? There's one of it's an old movie.
Is it like Schindler's List?
Oh no,
Schindler's List is another
one. There's such a good
Schindler's
movie.
List has nothing to do with Americans, so that movie's amazing.
Yeah. But just show me something different, something that it's not just like USA all the way.
Yeah,
show me
from a historical standpoint. It is nice to see all of those. I mean, I do like I don't want Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks to change what they've done because I'm pretty sure
it's gonna be a great movie.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I like their miniseries.
Hollywood, give me something else. You can still produce them. I'll still watch them. I'll still root for for the United States. I just want when I go to the movies or teach me something I did not know.
That is a good point.
Or make it something that I haven't seen 100 times in a different version. Okay, they're instead of being soldiers now they're in planes. Instead of showing what is it what's the one, the Unbreakable, they were in the bombers one day, and the guy shoot him down and he gets and survives. It was a great story. So
there's so many good stories, like hidden stories that people don't know about. Like this is an American story.
Or like the Wasp. Like tell me, have you heard of the Wasp? Is the Woman of the Air Services? Make a movie of them. Make a movie something different. I've seen want to make a bomber movie, make something like that. These ladies were basically one of the things that I thought interesting. They had to teach people how to shoot down planes, and the Wasp, these female pilots, will get in one plane, and there was a rope tied to another plane that's empty, and they will fly them up, so the soldiers could practice shooting the second plane.
Yep.
Think how badass that fucking is. And men wouldn't do it. So they made the woman do it. Just give me something new, something different, something that's not so much.
That's why I'm excited about Dunkirk, because
Dunkirk is going to be another one.
It's all about Britain and how
escaping,
when they were
running
escaping from the Germans when they were taking over France.
And that's a story about how the English retreat, so an English defeat, became an English victory.
Yep.
Something different, something that's not so. The Germans are running away. The Germans won in Dunkirk. Yeah. It's a clear victory.
Yeah, people, if they don't know, the Germans, that is a huge
If you don't know
victory.
that's not a spoiler. Yes, read the history book. If the
war
war would have changed, if the Nazi would have won, that battle would have been celebrated with the Germans.
Well, the most inspirational part of that, and what is going to be shown in that movie, and they've already shown it in the preview, is everyone from England came with their boats to help these people. They knew, even if they weren't in the service, they knew, okay, I could die, but I got to save these servicemen, because they're all hanging out on this beachhead,
ducks,
and they, we got to go back to England.
Like fish sitting in the barrel. It was a big German complete victory. Yeah. They destroyed the English army, and they had to run back to England, and they basically destroyed the fucking navy. And there was no fucking way that they were going to get it. So they were basically waiting in the beach for their doom until fishermen and other, type of boats came to the rescue and saved as many as they could. But even then, a shit ton died.
Because they were hanging out on the beach waiting to be saved, and the Spitfires just came by and fucking took him out.
Yeah. But that's another one I want to watch. I'm excited. You see, it's not so much that I want. I just want to see something different.
Yeah.
And every time I hear there's gonna be a new war movie, I'm just hoping there's something different. Just give me a different perspective. Give me something that is not so black and white. Give me maybe a German troops that I can send German Nazi troops. Well, Nazi because they're in the Nazi areas, and German troops in that era that I can care about.
Yeah.
Give me some. They don't have to be all horrible monsters.
Yeah.
Just get something like that. I don't know.
Well,
or like the Finland sniper dude, that the biggest sniper in history.
Yeah.
The Finland that they just fucking rape the fucking Russians. Just give me something like that. I don't know. Just give me a different story, Hollywood. I will still see the movie though.
Well, I think we're gonna do a new segment here. It's a new segment we like to call Listener Mail.
Oh yeah, we got listener mail, and our first listener mail. I think it's Jasmina Hootsen.
Yeah, Hootsen. I'm pretty sure it's Hootsen.
I think so too. It's Jasmina Hootsen. She's a hoot of a girl, I think.
Hoot of a girl. She messaged us saying that our comment last week about how it wasn't difficult for
the directors
to change
Dumbledore
because the old fart passed on after the second movie.
And
we just want to let you know, Jasmina Hooch-Johnson.
Hooch-Johnson?
Yeah, maybe it's Hooch-Johnson.
I
don't know. It's a really odd name.
Yeah.
It must be Colombian or
something like that.
Or Czech.
Czechoslovakian.
Yeah. But basically we
called the director and he agreed with us. It was pretty easy.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Just want to let you know that the director did say that. Yeah. And we know Daniel Radcliffe.
So he crowd flied saying how easy it was, how they just basically went for the other one.
They said, and I quote, "It was so easy. All we had to do was flick our wand."
Oh, that's a good way to do it, Michael. Michael, what's his name?
Oh man,
Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter. Okay, so
then we got the second one.
Yeah,
it's MK. I think it's Michelle King.
Michelle Kang.
Kang.
Or maybe it's
I don't know.
Mart Kang.
Mart Kang.
Yeah, I think there was an R and it was short. It was Mart Kang, like Kmart.
Well, don't sign your name MK next time.
Yeah, don't do that because it's
very confusing.
And you really got bad handwriting.
You do. And I think it's Michelle. So Michelle King.
Yeah.
King, whatever. What do we think about the Nintendo Switch?
Well, first
I'll let you handle that.
Well, first and foremost, here at Two Ordinary Nerds about the Nintendo Switch, we were actually surprised that they actually came out with another system. I honestly thought that they were going to bomb like Sega, because who comes out with a Wii and then a Wii U, which is basically the Wii with HDMI imports? I mean, it's not really.
I mean, you can say you would have betted that it were not going to show up.
Yeah, I bet I was banking and betting on that they wouldn't show up, but yeah, I guess they did. But
it looks cool.
Mark King or Kang, we just want to say that the Switch looks good. I mean,
it looks cool, but we would have betted that it wouldn't show up.
I feel that if Nintendo, it looks cool. I mean, it's a cool idea, but if they're going to show up to the ball game, maybe it's time to step in front of your predecessor or step in front of your competition. Don't always fall behind PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
Switch. I want to be with the Switch. I think the Switch.
It is parts of it are ahead of its time. Okay, yeah, you can play any game, take it anywhere, and play it, it's amazing.
And you can switch the controller from one player to two players. You can switch them. You can give you.
That is cool.
I like it. I think it's good. But I'm a big Zelda fan. So yeah, whatever Zelda comes out, I'm like, oh.
The issue is that they need to. I hope that they focus more on more third party. Be part of. Get GTA 5 in there to help. Stuff like that.
I don't think they need to do. I think they have Zelda. That open world game looks pretty fucking good. I was one of them when I remember talking to you when we were talking about it. I was like, I doubt that Nintendo will go broke in this console because they always have the magic Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And if something really goes bad, they can make a Pokemon Switch game, and that will break the bank.
I do like the aspect of being able to play. It would be cool to go downstairs and play my game, and then also watch TV at the same time if I want to, or be in my room and play that game and not have to be downstairs. That would be neat.
Or you can bring, or you're playing your game and somebody comes in. You can always switch the game that you're playing to a 2-player game and just give them a part of the remote and be able to play it.
Yeah, it would be.
I don't know.
There's still not really any game on there that I still think
There's
it's
Skyrim, Zelda. I think Zelda's worth the money.
I played enough Skyrim. I
think Zelda's worth the money.
But I guess for me, I'm just like.
Have you played Majora's Mask yet? No, you don't have Majora's Mask. You got.
Yeah, some guy got me that for my birthday. Some fan got me that for
what game was it? Is Zelda and the.
It's the first one from 64. It's not Majora's Mask. I don't know. I've played some of it, but not a lot of it because I've been playing that DBZ game a lot. But I need to get into that.
Is that Majora's Mask? I thought it was Majora's Mask. Isn't the one with the big moon coming down?
I don't know.
You got like 24 hours to beat it.
I'm not sure. I have a game for 3DS. It's a Zelda game that a fan got me for my birthday because we have so many fans.
Yeah, we got like at least 30.
30. But yeah, I mean, I hope the Switch does good. It looks fun. I just need something on there for me to want to buy it. You know what I mean? There's nothing on there right now that makes me want to buy it.
Alright.
But I'm not a huge Nintendo fan. I mean, and I'm assuming you are too, Mark King.
I'm thinking that's why he asked it, but yeah. I think so. I'm pretty sure if you didn't get the Majora's Mask, you got the Ocarina of Time.
That's it.
Oh, Ocarina? That's the best game.
Yeah.
That and the Majora's Mask are my favorite.
I haven't played it that much because, like I said, I've been playing the other one, but.
All right. Well, Michelle King or whatever her name is thank you for writing us. You can. I think we should go to the news. Do you have any news in the Daily Bugle?
No, I think I morphed some of the news into what we were randomly talking about today. So
okay, all right, that sounds perfect.
I think that was it.
All right, so if you want to write us like Michelle and Jasmina, just please email us at 3ordinarynerds.
3? Who are we adding into this bullshit?
Two ordinary nerds.
That's bullshit.
two ordinary nerds at gmail.com.
Who's the other man?
And you can always tweet us at 2ordinarynerds and Twitter.
One day we'll create an Instagram account. Maybe closer to Comic-Con, we'll make our own Instagram account.
Sounds good.
And then we'll, one day we'll get on YouTube. We're not sure yet when.
Once we figure out how that works,
yeah,
we will.
One day.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.